Well, James, I watched the video like 4 hours ago.
If you can prove to me that you read 16 books by my birthday, March 19th, I will buy you a pizza. I'll do it, dude. I'll figure it out.
And then after work, went to the library. Oh, shoot. Went to the library and got this. It's my library card. So I'm going to stick this little guy on my keys for my motorcycle. Because I daily drive my motorcycle and my scooter. But I went to the shelf, picked up some hardcovers because the hardcovers seem cooler than the soft ones. So I got 3 books right away because that's a limit that the library set for me as a new member. After like 3 months, they give you 100 things that you can take out. So after my probation, I essentially have a limited amount of books that I can check out, and they don't charge a late fees. It's pretty good. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of B-roll for this, for the video I'm making here, just FYI. I don't want to take a bunch of shots and make a bunch of shots of me just reading. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to read the books, and I'll tell you about the books after I know the books. So I got 3 right away. I'm going to try and hash these out in like 2 weeks. Holy shit. 3.5 weeks. 3.5 weeks. So it's November 14th. I'm going to get these done by December. I know I'm going to have to pick up the pace after that, I think. I'm going to have to read like a book a week. Okay. But so I got, if anybody wants to do the same thing I did. So I got Kathy Reich's Fire and Bones. All these are new books too. They were on the new shelf. And I got The Villain Edit by Laurie DeVore. And then I got It Had to Be You by Eliza Jane Brazier. All's Fair in Love and Contract Kill. So this is like a movie that has Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. It's something about spies hunting each other, but they're married together or something like that. This seemed like that in a novel form. So it kind of piqued my interest because, I mean, that's a banger of a movie. We'll see how this goes. Bye. For now. Okay, well, I'm watching some football. It's only been like an hour since I started the last video. But I'm on page 28, almost to 29. Oh, It Had to Be You. I started It Had to Be You. It was the top book on the pile, so I just picked it up and started reading. They're already having sex. What? Why is sex coming so early? It's not even like, it's not supposed to be a romance or anything. It's just supposed to be like a new fiction book about spies. What the heck? Literally, we're still like in the first scene. I don't want to read just a book of sex. That's not what I started reading for. No, but I'm not looking forward to a big book of sex. Okay, I'm just getting that out there. I wanted to read. I read back in high school. I liked books. I liked reading. I used to read a ton. I was probably one of the biggest readers in my grade. I stopped when I got to college because, so I read this book called Ender's Game. I don't recommend it. You have to be the right kind of person to enjoy it, but I am the right kind of person to enjoy it. And I read Ender's Game like 6 times. It's the only book I read after I read Ender's Game. Like, practically, it was the only book I read after. Like, I just kept reading it, and then I'd listen to like the audiobook version of the live cast version. Like, great book. It really scratched the reading itch for me. But minus textbooks, I read a lot of textbooks. Like that was like the last book I read for enjoyment. Well, I didn't read textbooks for enjoyment. Anyway, let's get back to it. I don't know, 70 pages so left in the first book. It's been like a week and 2 days, so kind of on schedule. I'll kind of chalk it up to getting in the swing of things. But I think I'll get this done tonight. You know what? Let's do some B-roll. I'm not going to be doing a lot of B-roll for this, for the video I'm making here, just FYI. Alright, let's get to it. Well, we got one done. Honestly, wasn't great, but because it's a good book. At least in the words that were being said, it was nice to experience that level of change and emotion. I'll have to see if it makes me a better person. I'm not convinced that it does. I think this is really not for guys. Okay, so you'd appreciate this. So there's a Bugatti and a McLaren both in the book. And the author acts as if both of them are are manuals. And not only that, so when he's driving the McLaren, the girl that the guy's with is like, hey, you need to slow down. And so the guy downshifts. If you're driving fast, let's say, they were in Europe from the book, but let's say that you're driving like 100 miles an hour. And like, oh, slow down. Go to speed limit, like 55 miles an hour. You don't downshift. You let off the throttle or you hit the brake. Well, okay, now that I'm saying it, I mean, yeah, you can downshift, but like, you don't like press the throttle. Oh, I should probably slow down. Downshifting's for accelerating. That's when you want more power, not less. It just threw me off. I also reached out to the author and I said, hey, by the way, she has like 3,000 followers on Instagram, so I know she's gonna read it. But I'm like, hey, by the way, modern supercars tend to be automatic. And I just left it at that, because I know I was being like one of those unactually people, but like, I just wanted her to know in case she ever has other males read future books. Yeah, so I think this is more toward females. I think this is more towards the type of female that's like going to Starbucks and a bit of a woo girl. There's a few instances in the book where so it's split between two characters, a girl and a guy, and I mean it's written by a girl, so it makes more sense that there's like more depth to the girl, but she acts very, very much like a 22-year-old college girl who's in a sorority, and like it references TikTok or something, and I don't know, man. I think it's written for that kind of girl. So, what's good? I'm excited about number 2 being better than this one, though.